It's time to fill out my NFL playoffs bracket for 2024. Got such an amazing group of playoff teams here, and it's going to be a really tight playoff round this year, especially in wildcard weekend. Let's get started with my picks. First off, got the Texans taking on the Browns here in Houston. Texans AFC South champs, Browns top seed in the wild card. With Joe Flacco, they've been looking so great. Their defense is one of the top in the league. The Texans with CJ Stroud just been, so impressive. And DeMeco Ryans has done such a great job with this team. And Texans at home, last time they played each other, the Texans were so injured. I think this time with CJ and a healthy defensive line, I think they can get after Joe Flacco. And CJ makes enough plays for the Texans to get their first playoff win since 2019. As for the Chiefs and Dolphins, I think -8 degrees snow, so cold weather. I think this immensely favors the Chiefs, as bad as they've been looking on offense. They have a top 10 defense. Their offense has not been great. Mahomes has done okay, but they've been dropping passes. They've been making a bunch of mistakes and not playing typical Chiefs football that you see from them. But I am going with the Chiefs in this. I do think they can beat the Dolphins, who are just not used to this kind of weather. And finally got Buffalo and Pittsburgh. No need to talk about this. Buffalo all the way. Now for the NFC side, got Tampa Bay and Philly on Monday Night Football. Philly's been on a roll in losses. They've just been falling straight down. And they just have not been looking good. Tampa Bay wins the NFC South after, last year. And Baker Mayfield has been looking a lot better this year. Team's been pretty good. I think they can beat Philly at home. They're just looking a little bit better than them. I think Jalen Hurts hasn't been playing too good. I think Baker goes through the Philly defense quite well. Next up, got what I think is the best game of wildcard weekend. The Detroit Lions taking on the Rams. And I think Matthew Stafford going back to Detroit is so special. Detroit wins their NFC North after 30 years, I believe. And either of these teams can win. And I think in this case, it just means so much to Detroit to be able to play there in Ford Field. They got, such a ramped up, pumped up Lions team. I think Stafford plays well. I think the Rams play well. This game's close, but I am going with the Lions here. And then finally got Green Bay and Dallas. Not going to talk about this much. Dallas at home, undefeated this year. I think they've been playing excellent. Green Bay just too young. I love Jordan Love, but I'm going with the Cowboys here. And now, let's go back to the AFC side. Ravens and Texans. I think the Texans have a shot at pulling this one out. But I think the Ravens this year, their defense has been great. Lamar's been playing at MVP level. I think this is a close game. I think the Texans make it close, make it interesting, but I'm going with the Ravens. And then Bills and Chiefs in Buffalo. Buffalo's been great at home. Chiefs have just not been looking as good this year, flat out. Going in Buffalo. Then for the 49ers and Bucks, Niners easily, they're just superior in every way. And then Cowboys and Lions, a rematch of week 17, I believe. It came down to the last play, and offensive lineman reported eligible. Decker, everyone reported eligible, but the ref didn't see it, and Dallas ended up winning this game, holding off the Lions on the 2-point conversion. And back in AT&T Stadium, I'm going with Dallas here. I think they reached NFC Championship game for the first time since 1995. And I think they're able to get past the Lions in this one. I just have a feeling with the Cowboys reaching the championship game this year. And then Buffalo and Baltimore for the place in the AFC Championship for the Super Bowl. Going with Baltimore in this one to reach the Super Bowl this year over the Bills. I like Baltimore at home. Their defense, and they're just better on both sides of the ball. Lamar doesn't turn the ball over that much. He's more safe with it. I like Baltimore. And then Cowboys, 49ers, of course, you used to see these in the 90s a lot. I'll go with the 49ers in this one. They're just better. Then the Cowboys are able to deliver in this big game. Their defense has generally stepped up more. I think it's going to be tough for Dak. And I think the Brock Purdy and McCaffrey runs through those Cowboys as well. And you have the Super Bowl, pretty much what everyone's predicting, Ravens and 49ers. I'm going with the 49ers to win Super Bowl 58. I think they played earlier this year. Baltimore and their offense, Lamar just went all over that 49ers defense. I think that's not going to happen again. the 49ers are going to be ready defensively and make some plays. I think Shanahan's going to lean more on McCaffrey and not as much on Purdy, and I think they find a way to win their first Super Bowl in so many years, and that is my bracket.